Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Jason and you know exactly what this is. I am your watch guy today and this is my top 10 for the Aliexpress 11/11 sale. Now, a few preliminary pieces of advice before we start the top 10 list. If you are interested in any of these watches throughout this video, I have links to each one of them in the description. That will take you to the store that I have seen this watch on. Now, if you wanted to click on those links and have a little look around and see if you can find the best price, I implore you to do so. It's always best for you to find the best price that you possibly can. Make sure you're using as many coupons as you possibly can. Save as much money as you possibly can. That's what this is all about after all. Now, another footnote, they are all affiliate links. If you use one of those links, I do get a kickback from what you buy. However, it doesn't cost you any extra. So we all win. You get a watch, I get a little bit of a kickback. It helps the channel a great deal. I know you all know how this works by now, but just for anyone new out there, and if you are new, please remember to subscribe to the channel. I have so many videos coming up in this sale period and beyond that I think you will really enjoy. That out of the way, let me talk to you about my top 10 this year. Now, I am starting off with something that will look like a golden oldie. This is the Steeldive SD1970. Now, we all know how much of a fantastic budget option this was back in the day a few years ago. Well, Steeldive has decided to rehash this design and they've really released it with a fully loomed bezel that has a mixture of colours in the loom. It actually looks really, really fantastic. As well as that, it comes in at a very affordable price, under the £100 mark, £97.82 in the sale. If you wanted to pick it up with a bracelet, however, you can pick it up for £105. The rubber band is the cheaper option, of course. This one's packed with an NH35 movement, as you would expect. All the good things: ceramic bezel insert, sapphire crystal, stainless steel 316L casing. All of the goodness that you would expect, packed also with that nice, colourful, loomed bezel. I think that this one is probably one of the ultimates in the AliExpress market. It's just one of the epitomes of doing everything on a budget. And this one with a few little updates adds a little bit of colour into the watch, and I think it's absolutely fantastic. That one comes from the Steeldive Engineer store on AliExpress. That's where the link in the description will take you to. And it's always nice to start off with a classic, isn't it? Now, moving on, we are going to Cronos. Now, you all may have heard of Cronos. They've been actually quite popular on the YouTube watch space in the last couple of years. They've kind of fell down the wayside a little bit and people have started to look at St. Martin over them, completely understandably. However, I spotted this one on the AliExpress market a couple of days ago and I think it's absolutely fantastic. Now, I think that this bronze Cronos really does take Tintin to a new level. You'll know that one of my favourite watches on the AliExpress market was the Pagani Tintin with that really nice red and white outer dial there, which mimicked the Omega Speedmaster Tintin. Well, this is a completely new take on that. It is Cronos's take on a Tintin dial, I guess. It has that really nice comic dial on it with a bronze casing and a fantastic, which I think is really, really actually quite inspired, denim band on there. I think that really does set that watch off in a nice little almost retro type of space to itself. I think this is a really smart and really explorative type of watch for Cronos. It's really nice to see them doing something really different. Not something that you usually see on the AliExpress market, so it definitely needed to be hailed. Now, this one is packed with a PT5000 movement, or you can upgrade to the SW200. Both fantastic high beat movements. I'm a big fan of the PT5000 myself. SW200 speaks for itself. With the PT5000 movement, this comes at £270. Now, you do have a very high grade casing, a very high grade finishing from Cronos. That's what we know them for, as well as those really nice movements. Now, if you wanted to upgrade to the SW200, it is a £340 watch. I think that's a really good deal for something very, very unique on this type of market. That one's available on the Cronos official store. Moving on, we are going to a really budget option. This one comes from Sapphero, and I can't call it anything else but a square. Now, it comes in really nice colours. I've picked out the orange dial. I think that really adds a little splash of happiness to your day, that really bright orange dial. Now, these ones come in very budget at £29.22. I think that's an absolutely fantastic deal for something that looks really unique. This is something that will definitely give you a little smile when you open the package, especially when you're only spending £30. It's, compared to some of the watches that we buy, it's a drop in the ocean. It is 35mm by 35mm, square casing, quartz myota movement, and those really nice bright dials. There are other colours to choose from. Sorry, that winter illness is really starting to get to the voice. Yeah, that one comes from the SUB600T store on Aliexpress. They are linked in the description. I think it's a really nice, colourful option, a very budget price range. Now moving way up into the Aliexpress market, into the £200 range, we are looking at RMALTI. These have really stormed the Aliexpress market lately. I think they're creating really fantastic watches, very nice finishing from what I've seen, and very explorative types of dials. I think that these are going to be ones to watch over the next year, I really do. I think that they're going to come out, and I'll say this now because it is a big thing to say, seeing where they are on the market, but I think that these are going to really challenge St. Martin for their place as the quality brand on the AliExpress market. Now, RMALTI isn't exactly the best brand name, but the watches that they're creating, they look fantastic. And I've seen the reviews for them. The finishing looks exceptional. The dials look absolutely beautiful. And I can't wait to get one in for myself. This one is packed with the new NH34 movement, and we've been waiting for this to really storm the AliExpress market, haven't we? This is going to make a very affordable GMT watch very accessible to all of us. And I think that's really exciting. That's a really exciting place to be in the market at the minute. As well as that NH34 movement, they've also packed with a mother of pearl style dial and this really nice, almost Grand Seiko looking casing. I think that this watch is an absolute winner. And for the price of £210, as I say, I think they're really going to start giving St. Martin a good go for their money. I think once RMALTI become really renowned on the market and people really start watching what they're doing, I think it's going to be a big option towards that St. Martin type of range. This is available on the RMALTI global store, again linked in the description. Now sticking with GMT watches, but moving back to a channel favourite. Pagani Design have finally updated their GMT Master Homage, and they've packed it with an NH34 movement. I'm really excited to get one of these in because I think that it's going to push the quality of the brand, and they haven't really pushed the prices as much as we may have expected them to. So in the sale, this version 4 GMT Master Homage is available for £125. Now it is packed with that NH34 movement, and I think that's the real selling point on this watch. I do also hope that they've upgraded a few pieces here. Ceramic bezel insert, as we know, as well as a sapphire crystal stainless steel casing, and we know what to expect from Pagani Design by now. I think that this is going to bring that GMT Master homage type of budget killer to the market. I think £120 is a very, very good deal for this watch. And it's also available with the left-hand dive, did we call it a Sprite? We didn't call it a Sprite, did we? Was it a Sprite? 7-Up? Something like that? Well, you know the one. The green one. The green GMT Master. Yeah, that one. That's also available with this movement now. And they're available on the Pagani Design official store. Moving to another budget maker on the market, Addiesdive. Now, I really like Addiesdive, but they're one of those brands I haven't reviewed yet. And I really don't know why. Because they make some really good looking watches. And they're really well priced. This one, for example, is their homage to the Captain Willard. However, it does have a really lovely textured white dial, stainless steel bezel insert. Really does have a nice look to it. This one comes in at £93 in the AliExpress sale, and I think that's a really good offering for what you're getting here. This is an NH35 movement. Stainless steel bezel insert, so no ceramic here, unfortunately. However, I think that the stainless steel is a really good option. It brings a really nice, almost Arctic type of look to that watch. The classic Willard style casing, which is a really nice fit to wrist with that short lug to lug. We know our Seiko diver cases like, don't we? 200 meters of water resistance, which is, you know, a winner. 200 meters of water resistance, which really does bring it into a dive setting. This one is available on the Addiesdive Pro Diver store on AliExpress. Now, I've mentioned St. Martin already in this video, and that is because they are probably the most popular brands on AliExpress. I believe between themselves and Pagani Design, they really do have a massive grip on the AliExpress market, and there's a reason for that with St. Martin, and that's because of the quality of their watches. They are very close to an entry Swiss type of finish to their watches, and I think that speaks for itself. The one that I've picked out today is their homage to the Speedmaster 57. I love the vintage look on this one. It comes in a couple of different dial colours, the red, green, blue, and I believe the black dial variants. I think they all really do look fantastic, and it's packed with an ST1901 movement. Now, screw down crowns with that movement aren't always the best fit, but I believe with that movement, the mechanical aspects of it, I do believe that it brings a really nice vintage aesthetic to the watch and the way that the watch operates itself. These ones are available for £268 in the AliExpress sale. Sapphire crystal, the 38.5mm fit to the casing. Absolute quality in their finishing and their build quality from St. Martin. That's what we know them for. This one's available on the St. Martin official store, and it's a beauty. It really is a beautiful watch. Mechanical chronograph movements. There's a lot to be said for this piece. Moving to a brand that really hit the market hard this year, we are looking at Seestern. This is their homage to the 600T, the SUB600T. That is a Doxa homage. Now, we know that their 300T was an absolute winner on the market earlier in the year, and they followed it up with this one. I think that, again, this is a really good looking watch. Much more robust and more angular than the 300T, and I think that it really does carry a nice aesthetic with it. Obviously, we owe that to Doxa and not Seestern, but it is a really nice homage to that piece. The finishing on Seestern watches is fantastic. The colourful dials that they've offered in this one, as well as the more normal and everyday dials that they offer if you wanted to be a bit more subdued with your pick. Packed with 200 meters of water resistance and an NH35 movement, sapphire crystal. I think these are a fantastic buy if this is the style of watch that you really do like. If you wanted a budget answer to a 600T, Seestern is definitely the brand to look at. Now, the penultimate watch on this list is from a brand that we all know very well, and one that we've become very accustomed to over the years, even with a little bit of controversy kind of embedded into their brand name. Heimdallr is, of course, the brand that I am talking about. Today, I am featuring their V2 Monster homage. It's an absolutely beautiful looking watch, and it really does have that frost Arctic type of style to it. I really do like the PVD bezel on this one, packed with an NH36 movement with that date function. Very much carries off the Seiko dial aesthetic. Seiko are renowned for making fantastic dials, and Heimdallr have definitely homaged that here with this frost Arctic looking dial, and it really does get very well accented by that PVD black bezel. I think that really does carry off the look. All the other usual specifications that you would expect: the sapphire crystal 316L stainless steel bracelet. I think that this is a real winner at £127, below £130 on this type of market. I think that it's a really good option. Finally, the last watch on this list today, and it's one that really did impress me when I reviewed it. My review for this watch is still available on the channel if you want to go check it out. This is Pagani Design's Power Reserve watch, and it's a homage to a really classic IWC. However, it's also a absolute winner for Pagani Design, in my opinion. They've packed it with seagull movement, and they even decorated their own motor with this piece. It looks absolutely beautiful. I actually sold my one on, and I regret it massively. I may buy myself another one in this sale, if I'm honest. Stainless steel casing, sapphire crystal with a nice dome to it, and it is packed with a seagull Power Reserve movement, which is a really good looking option for this piece. And it has that really nice gauge on the right hand side of the watch. I think that's an absolutely beautiful watch, and for £65 in the sale, I don't think there's much better that you can get for that type of price. I think that this, in this price category, is the winner of this sale, to be honest. The leather band is really nice quality also, which I didn't expect. I thought that from the price of this watch, and obviously what we know from Pagani Design and hit and miss type of territory that they sit with in the market, I didn't know what to make of this one until it arrived, and I fell in love with it. I really fell in love with it. If you can't spend much this sale and you want something that really does pack punch, really does punch way above its weight class, this is the one for you. £65 on the Pagani men's watch store is a fantastic deal, and they are linked in the description. Guys, that is my top 10. Obviously, there's plenty of watches that I haven't mentioned there. If you are looking at something in the sale, one thing that I really do love about this sale is that people get talking about the watches that they like. Please leave me a comment. Tell me what you're looking to pick up this year. Tell me what you think I've missed. Tell me the best deal that you've seen. I think that this sale does one thing, and it really does enlighten the community to what everyone else likes. And I love to hear from you, so let me know in the description. If you wanted to pick any of these watches up, all my links are in the description. Also, if you wanted to pick anything up in the AliExpress sale, if you follow one of those links and then go to a different store, I also still receive a kickback, and I do really, really appreciate that, because it massively helps the channel and it really does make this journey much easier for me. So thank you for that. If you haven't subscribed already, please consider doing so. That is just below. And remember to check back on the channel, because I am going to be releasing reviews of watches available in the sale throughout the week. Definitely worth having a look at. Thank you for watching this one, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.